Today, we're looking into the mysterious character that is Egon, who was introduced to us in the Secrets of the Atlas expansion. Let's start by exploring his interactions with Zana.
Sister, please, let me help you.
Enough! I am not your sister.
What? What do you mean? She said she is not my sister. Then, who am I? None of this makes any sense.
The theme of the Secrets of the Atlas expansion is centered around memories. The expansion and Aegon's misconception about who he is are both reminiscent of the Synthesis League. The lore of Synthesis was centered around altered and distorted memories, and it featured Cavus, a forgotten spirit that had lost all of their memories. After recovering them, we learned that Cavus is actually Venarius, and that he's able to manipulate the fragmented memories. Following this logic, just like Cavus, I believe Egon is not a new character, but instead a distorted version of someone we already know. Another conversation between Egon and Zana gives us insight into their relationship.
You mean much to me. More than you could ever know, and that is why it must all be destroyed.
We only know of two people who were dear to her. Valdo Caesarius, her father, who we also know as the Shaper, and Sirus, her close friend, both of them unknowingly in love with each other. Both Valdo and Sirus were corrupted by the Atlas, and subsequently killed by us, the God Slayer. However, considering the mystical nature of the Atlas, I would not assume that they are truly dead. At least, not in the traditional sense of the word. This would explain why Zana is hiding the truth from Egon, as we heard from their conversations.
There is nothing to say. You will not understand. You must not understand.
She was right there with us in the Synthesis League, when we witnessed Cavus, a gentle spirit, turn back into the High Templar Venarius, who recovered all of his brutal ambition along with his memories. With this, we've narrowed the possibilities to tune on characters. Unfortunately for us, there's a good case to be made for both of them. So, I'll do just that. Let's start with Sirus. Sirus's case is based on etymology. There's a few potential origins for the name Egon, but considering that Path of Exile is heavily based on Celtic history, language, and folklore, as seen in the Ezomites, witches, and druids, it is most likely that the origin of the name Egon comes from the Old Irish surname AY-uh-gawn, which is a diminutive of A, meaning fiery one, fire, or burning. It's also the name of a deity related to fire and the underworld. On the other hand, Sirus is not only related to fire through iconic voice lines like,
"You want the Atlas? Take it! It's yours. But Oriath, I will burn to the ground."
Perhaps the suffering of my fellow citizens will finally stir something.
He's also tied to fire through his abilities and their respective voice lines.
Everlasting fire! Glorious flames! Rain of stars!
But most importantly, Sirus's name originates from the Greek word Sirius, or in English, Sirius, the brightest star in the night sky, which, just like A, was personified as a divine entity. As for Valdo's case, it comes from a very simple question. Could Egon be the originator of those memories? Maybe Zana is simply trying to destroy them. If that's the case, there's really only one person who those memories could belong to besides Zana's, considering they're all centered on both Valdo and Zana. Now, there is some meat behind this question. The symbol on the Secrets of the Atlas logo, which I believe to be the originator's symbol, just happens to be present on Aegon's gloves. In either case, we have two characters who are dear to Zana, whose mind and memories have most likely been corrupted by the Atlas. whose personalities are mirror opposites, just like Cavus and Venarius. For Sirus's potential link to Egon, we have two characters whose names have been slightly obfuscated and picked from different languages to hide the fact that they both represent divine entities related to fire. While in Valdo's case, he's literally the only option if Egon is the originator and not Zana. Personally, I'd like Egon to be Sirus, because we've explored him a lot less than Valdo. However, considering that we've killed Sirus outside of the Atlas, I find it a lot more likely that it's Valdo. If you made it this far, well, thank you. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments section. Not only about the content of this video, but also the overall format, as this is actually my first time narrating and editing a video. I hope you enjoyed. Till next time.